of Words Poetry Podcast with Shelby Rosengarten. In this edition, Men at 40 by Donald Justice.
Men at 40 by Donald Justice. Men at 40 learn to close softly the doors to rooms they will not be coming back to. At rest on a stair landing, they feel it moving beneath them now like the deck of a ship, though the swell is gentle. And deep in mirrors they rediscover the face of the boy as he practices tying his father's tie there in secret. And the face of that father, still warm with the mystery of lather. There are more fathers than sons themselves now. Something is filling them, something that is like the twilight sound of the crickets, immense, filling the woods at the foot of the slope behind their mortgaged houses.
Donald Justice is often called the poet of nostalgia. This poem is a prime example of the way he reminisces with a tinge of wistfulness, but without bowing to maudlin sentiment. Our youth-obsessed culture attaches so many meanings and anxieties to turning 40. It's middle age. It's over the hill, perhaps the onset of a midlife crisis. It's certainly well past the milestones and pleasures of young adulthood. But Justice's thoughtful images show that at life's turning point, a mind putting away the dreams of youth is not empty, but instead full, blissfully full, immensely full of memories accrued during the passage of years. In the opening stanza, the doors closed on rooms they will not be coming back to might sound final and dejected if it were not for softly, not a slam or a harsh action. The soft closing is like drifting off to sleep. It's peaceful in action, and while a twinge of regret always accompanies what might have been, the lines that follow speak of gentle motion and deep rediscovery. Look at this progression of words in the stanzas. You'll see rest and gentle and deep and warm and immense. You'll note a tone of satisfaction, or if perhaps that's too strong of a word, then comfort. The controlling metaphor here is a house. As it's built throughout, we move from the closed-off rooms to a stair landing to deep in mirrors. In the third stanza, the boy who appears briefly tying his father's tie there in secret morphs in one line to the face of that father. Mirrors reflect, and the man looking in the mirror reflects on his life, looking back to that boyish face he conjures, remembering an ordinary moment that was about a boy dreaming. The poem closes with a final image of mortgaged houses. The word and the deed mortgage ground the poem and the man in the foundation he has cobbled together for his life. If everything up to this point has been about how a man's life becomes set in stone, here's where mystery makes an appearance. Up to now, the images have been specific and concrete. They are more fathers than sons themselves now. This can be heavy and wistful and sound like a longing for the chance to revisit and even relive the years when all possibilities are wide open. But with the appearance of that word, mystery, speaking of the mystery of lather, the mysterious qualities of which are neither meditated on nor resolved, soon follows the nebulous something. Something is filling them, something that is like the twilight sound of the crickets. Immense. Meditate for a moment on these lines, and you'll find that this unnameable something is akin to the mystery of what keeps us going when many dreams have been let go. It is unnameable. It is likened in a pale simile to the ephemeral and comforting twilight sound of the crickets chirping in the woods, which, though tiny and insignificant animals, when heard in large numbers, fill the air. It is immense, though. It's something we can't quite put our finger on, unlike the anchoring image of their mortgaged houses, which, while solid and final, and even implying compromise and immobility, houses in that solidity and finality a mystery that remains. Something is filling them. Men at 40 are full of their years, full of memories, both sweet and bitter, more home than adrift, more immensely real and full. This has been the Burst of Words Poetry Podcast with Shelby Rosengarten.
St. Petersburg College.